Previously on Melbourne Survivor. The merge vote drew lines in the sand. Then the immunity challenge saw Kate emerge victorious. Knowing he was on the outs, CK hunted for an idol, while Brady grew more and more anxious. At Tribal Council, Caitlin played her voodoo idol on Brady, redirecting the votes to CK to ensure he'd be voted out. Then a surprise twist meant everyone had to vote again. John voted with Brady and Chloe, then Brady played his idol, sending Tash out of the game. 7 are left, who will be voted out tonight.
Oh my god. That could have not gone any better for me. Because I feel like that was the plan. That was Brady keeps the idol until we feel like one of us, because I knew the whole time, till one of us felt threatened. It then went threatened that it was Chris, and I believed in Chris that he was going to go, so and then Caitlin, oh my god, put her idol on Brady. I was like, yes, couldn't have went any perfect. Yeah, and then Brady got saved, and then it was another revote, and then obviously people were going to go for Brady, so he put his idol out, and so it would have been whoever's next majority, and it could have been me, but it wasn't. People put my name in. It was so weird seeing my bloody name on a piece of paper.
It's almost struggling to stand, but these are like weak, and it's just happiness and elation, and that couldn't have worked more perfectly for me. Caitlin gave me that idol and got rid of Chris. There's my biggest worry in the game. And the fact that it was a double vote meant that that small conversation that we had directed at Tash took out Tash, and that took out the Girl Alliance. So now the girls are no longer in control. I don't know who's in control anymore.
Thank God I threw out Tasha's names beforehand, and I did that because basically, even though I didn't do that, like physically do that, I did that. Like, I threw out that name into the universe, like I manifested it a bit.
Imagine if you had played your voodoo for Chris, and so you like negated the votes on Chris, and then you played your idol, and then you voted yourself out.
Oh my god.
Imagine.
That would be disgusting.
So well played. Well
That's
played.
why I did.
Did you copy vote that round?
Yeah,
you did.
yeah.
Well, that was a twist, wasn't it? I'm excited though. I feel like it's kind of funny that Caitlin played her thingy right then when we had a split vote, because then it makes a second vote. If you're stressed, you just pick the person that we split on originally, because they were already kind of like on the cards for going. I think she was doing it for a resume, because we're at that point that like people out there want to, like, we've got a jury now, so people want to see you doing these big things.
So I was sitting at Chris's tribal, and I was like, wow, like I want Chris out, but this is kind of boring. Just being in a majority, like it's a bit lame. So originally I was just gonna like play the idol for Josh or John, just in case. But I started thinking like, what could I do after this tribal that would make it more interesting? And I was like, final 8, I could try and get Josh to flip with me to Brady and Chloe, and then we could go to Rocks because I love Rocks. So I was pretty annoyed that we didn't get to do that. That's why I played my idol for Brady. So part of the plan was like, oh, I only need one more person, and then I would have just tried to get someone else and then see if we can get another.
And then make the rocks aside.
Yeah.
See, I hate that feeling.
That's so
Because I used to
fair.
always do the straw, and I used to get the short straw.
Oh, true. But like, it wasn't really much of a plan yet, because like we were in final
was
line,
just-
so I was just like, that was just in my head. I'm like, maybe. I'm sort of trying to convince like Brady and Chloe to see if they'll work with me and Josh. I don't know how that's gonna go. Like, I feel like it's probably not the easiest route, but like I'm bored.
I'm all for it. I'm genuinely feel bad about Tash. I didn't.
No, that's so
She's purely a victim of the double vote.
Yeah. Oh my god.
And it had been a conversation between a few people going, oh, she's like really playing the game. So I was just, especially down there in the stumps, was like, yep, let's just do it. That's
so bad. Yeah, I didn't know who to vote either. Like,
we had no option of like, let's start our.
I just like voted for Wade, and then like I was just.
Do you know who voted for Chloe and then changed it to me?
No.
So I basically wrote down Chloe. I crossed her name out and then put on Brad. I did that so then I could save myself from the vote Caitlin vote, and I'm kind of throwing that on Chris, that he was the vote for that.
I pretty much planned up to here. I've got nothing now.
Because like I was thinking like after we had chatted earlier, I was like, there is like potential for us to like do something.
There is. I definitely agree with that.
Okay.
The stones have been set in motion.
Yeah.
So you just from the bag, and I was like, what's happening?
And then like I thought you guys were saying Brady, and I thought, holy fuck, I know he's going to play an idol.
Yeah.
And so they turned around to me and they were like, you have to vote Tash. And I thought,
That's really fun.
I was sitting behind Brady and I saw that his hand was already in his bag ready to play the idol. And he assumed that Caitlin was going to play on herself, so he actually told me, I'm going to play on myself anyway. But when she cancelled all the votes on him, he told me that he was going to play the idol next round, which, you know, I wanted to sort of take it back to my alliance and sort of brainstorm, you know, what our options were, but we just didn't get the chance to discuss it all before the next immediate tribal. And both Chloe and Brady turned back to me and said Tash, and I thought the rest of my tribe would all votes in on Brady, not knowing that some of them. I'm not even sure if there was a plan to split Brady and Chloe, or just so chaotic. A few people put Brady, people put Chloe. But I knew all the votes would be cancelled on Brady, and I thought I don't want to burn Brady and Chloe by not going with their vote. So I put vote on Tash, and ultimately that was the vote that made the difference.
Looking down at Brady's bag, and I was like, are you looking at the seat to be like, vote him? Or are you looking at the bag to be like, don't? And it was like after I voted that then I was like, oh shit. And like John was still like, and I was like, oh my god, does he have an idol? Caitlin was like, no, he doesn't. And I was like, what? But then an amazing idol played. And yeah, John voted Tash because he saw what was happening. Which is like, it's impressive. The 6 of us were going to need to break up at some point, and this I think is like a nice way of getting one of the really strong players off without needing to try and like bluff them, because Tash is too smart to be fooled. She will know what's happening. So I think this is maybe the only way that Tash could have been voted out.
so Brady was already in his bag from Idol.
Yeah.
And you got up, and then he thought you were playing it on yourself. So he told me, all right, I'm just going to play it anyway. But when you cancelled all the votes on him, he said, fine, I'll play it next round. And then I didn't know you guys were going close. I thought you were going all on Brady. And then Brady and Chloe were talking, and they turned back at me, and they're like, you have to vote Tash. And I was like...
Sorry, if you voted Chloe, it would be Chloe.
Yeah, but I didn't know you guys were going Chloe. Like, did you guys, were you guys whispering
No, I
Chloe?
just made eyes at you, and I made eyes at Josh.
I thought you were saying Brady, though.
Oh,
I think now that makes me the only person to vote correctly like all 9 times.
I thought you were Brady, and then I was trying to signal like Brady's going to Idol, and I was like, Brady's going to Idol going to Tash, and I was like,
that's so funny.
I don't know if I've burned the bridge with Kate and Caitlin having done that. Like, I really wish I had the opportunity. Like, I know Caitlin has been my ride or die, even if I feel like she hasn't been as close lately. And if I've known that she'd flip on me eventually. But I really wish I had a moment to, I guess, brainstorm tease it out with her, because I wanted us to be on the same page.
Alright, immunity is back up for grabs. We're down to 7, things getting spicy. The way this challenge is going to work is that I will read a story to you. You will have to try and remember this story because there will be questions at stations around here that will ask you, that will test what you remember. So, I'll read the story, you take mental notes in your head, and then you go to a station and pick a token of the answer you think is correct. Alright, I'm gonna read you a story about how playing with fire can benefit some people. Here it goes. So, in a Wurundjeri legend, the clever crow steals the secret of fire from a group of 7 women. Alright, hand on your bucket. Survivors ready? Go! Everyone's sprinting out. Josh and Caitlin going to the same one. Brady's got to go around. Kate's got one. John's got one. Everyone coming back with one. But is it right? There is chaos. No one knows what's happening. Did they even put it in the right bucket? This is basically like doing the beep test, but with trivia. Everyone freeze! Kate has 5. Kate wins immunity!
Played like a little mind game as I was going. I was like, okay, well she said snakes, ant, mound, so Sam. And then it was ants and larvae. So I was like, Samow, okay? And I was like, S, or like W7, 7 women, okay. And just like had a little sequence in my brain. Then as I was running around, I was like, okay, just do it. Whenever I watch, I'm always like so like into the challenges. Like I really love that part of it.
I was this close to winning. Straight out this close. I was on my 5th rock. I just am not these thunder thighs. Didn't travel me far enough. Good on Kate. No, she's a really good competitor. Very big player. But I think I've got an alliance with the boys. Other than Josh, I think we're going to vote Josh out this time.
Are you still thinking Dale?
No.
Okay, what's the change?
I think the blind side should be Josh.
Okay.
I think it'll be Dale and
Yeah.
You got Dale and John.
Yeah.
And you got Caitlin and Josh. What?
Do it. Dale, John.
What resumes do these guys have? What resumes do these guys have?
Yeah, that's true. Josh and Dale were the names that I've thrown out and that we've heard. Josh, I think there are like, people are thinking that Josh will get a lot of votes on the jury.
Yeah, because we've got Brady and Chloe on one side, Kate and Kate on the other side, us, me and Josh in the middle.
Yeah, I would love to Josh.
Yeah.
100%.
I don't because then it's really precarious because those two could gang up and turn on us, keep their couples strong.
Yeah, Chloe doesn't want us on 2-3. No way. Chloe doesn't, you know.
But I don't think we're over Caitlin. I think Brady, like, because Brady's
been loyal to us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, it's very fluid.
alliances. I think Kate and Caitlin are a type 2. I think Brady and Chloe are a type 2. So I think Dale and myself and Josh are in the middle, but I also know there's like multiple other alliances where I know Caitlin is close with Brady and Chloe. So it's really hard to sort of know where my head's at with this vote.
I just want to go with you because you're the only one that I know 100% trust.
Yeah, exactly.
I think if Kate hadn't wanted me, I think she would have been the right person to go for. So that to, I guess, reduce Caitlin's options, so I guess she needs me more, because I feel like lately she hasn't.
Kate floated like the idea of going final 3 with me, and now she's like floated the idea of like final 3 with me and Chloe. Like, see, I trust Kate for now. I don't think I really want to go to final 2 with her just because, or final 3 with her. Just because like, I feel like the people on the jury like her. And she like can speak really well. And she's winning challenges, and like that's usually like a good, I don't know, like some people bring that up for tribal sometimes, and like if you already like someone, you can be like, yeah, she was like doing really well. So I don't know how I feel yet. Like it's more about trying to get there rather than choose who to go with at this point.
So Caitlin and I are quite tight, and I trust Caitlin, and obviously I'm fine with this, but I know as soon as I take this off, they will try and vote me out. And by they, I mean Brady and Chloe.
Now it looks like Chloe's gone and made an alliance with Dale and Josh. Not Josh, with John.
Yeah.
And I'm like, sorry, I got to like back in. Well, I've sort of been talking to you guys, and she's gone off and talked to those guys.
Yeah.
So it sort of just happened at the same time. Options of opening up. I've kind of made an alliance with Caitlin and Josh, which includes Chloe. That's 4 people versus 7. That gets us final 4. The downside to that is Chloe's also playing her game, and she's gone and made an alliance, which includes me, but with Dale and John. And they want to vote out Josh. So it now comes down to which alliance do I go for. And I got to pick correctly.
In this game, people have told me there's 3 things that are big about me. My game, my fit level, and my ass. Jokes. But honestly, I don't know. I think my game plan now is, I think my best way to the finals is basically Dale and John. I don't think Dale's done anything. John has been to every tribal, but I feel like I've got a 1 up on him. Here's the numbers. So she thinks Brady. She thinks how? Why? I'm joking. Why?
Because I think it goes back to that whole thing on your old tribe where apparently you're saying that.
She was doing the same thing as me.
I know. So it's me, you, John.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that would be more.
It's because that breaks them because they're touching that.
Good thing is I haven't heard my name for once, but it may be happening at the moment. So a few names, but vote by vote is pretty much, and I've changed alliances a lot of times, so I'm willing to keep doing that, and hopefully it will be seen as a kind of good move at the end rather than kind of just floating around.
Yeah, I think Dale and John I'm a bit confused with at the moment. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. But, and then they never come to you with names. So it's always a bit like, what's happening? Am I a shield? Are you playing? Are you know, when you go into a conversation and like they don't offer anything up, you're like, okay, there's something here. You're waiting for me, and then you're just gonna say yes. Either because you trust and you wanna do it, or because you're like, I can't throw her name out. So yeah. Let's see.
Come on in. Bring in the members of our jury. Max. Chris. And Kat voted out the last tribal council. Alright, there's already some chaos and whispering happening. Chloe seems to be spreading a lot of info there. Caitlin, are you concerned about what that's all about?
I don't know. Maybe say it a little louder. Louder? Yeah. Good luck to everybody who get voted out.
You should vote for Dale.
Yeah? Oh!
Actually.
So Dale, are you nervous about that? What's racing through your mind right now?
Hopefully she didn't say.
No, I didn't.
I'm fine.
Brady, how are you feeling?
I never feel good. Everything always moves. My name keeps coming up time and time again. So I feel like there's only so many idols that can go in my direction, and it's gotta fall in a heap at some stage.
Hey, are you glad to be having immunity at this time? Do you think you needed it?
Yeah, I think I needed it. I know my name's been thrown out as someone who lives calories and needs to go, so I'm happy I wanted to go.
So, Josh,
Yeah. Hi.
what kind of fallout was there from the last tribal council? How did you all recuperate?
Honestly, I don't know if there was a lot of fallout, to be honest. It kind of made the game like a bit. We were all freaked out about what happened, you know. We were all just trying to settle in and just like breathe in like what just happened. Yeah, like I think we were all just kind of like just realize that things just could still happen. Still Melbourne survivor came with fire and they took the guys out.
Well said. Right, does anyone have anything they want to say before we go to vote? Alright, that's good. Kate, I assume you're keeping immunity? Alright, you good to go? Alright, Dale, you're on. Alright, I have the votes. If anyone has a hidden immunity idol and you would like to play it, now would be the time to do so. I'll read the votes. First vote, Brady. Next vote, Caitlin. Next vote, Brady. Next vote, Caitlin. Brady. 10th person voted out. Melbourne survivor playing with fire. I'll add zero.
I'm pretty content with that. I got to play an idol successfully, and I think that's all you can ask for. I kind of saw that one coming. It seemed too good that everyone wanted to work with me and Chloe and not split us up.
I think I'm better off sticking with the people I've been with and hoping that we can still use Chloe in the next vote to make a big move. But it could be a risk that she might be mad at us, but I think this is a better vote for me right now.
I hope Chloe does really well, but I feel like she's going to be targeted next. Kate's a bit of a... I think the other one that's on the bottom, if she can win challenges, she'll do well, but I think she'll be next gone if she doesn't win.